Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I have 3 replays for you in the tier 10 American tank destroyer premium tank, the T114 BAT. So yeah, this tank was in the season pass not so long ago, or it may even be in this season pass. I cannot remember for the life of me, but it was this one or the last one. We had the T114 BAT given away as one of the rewards, and you can see the equipment I run on this tank. So I've gone for optics, camo net and advanced gun laying drive, and I've gone for born reload, rapid born leader, rapid reload, sixth sense, steady aim, situational awareness, muffled shot, snapshot, camouflage expertise and silent driving, which is what I would have put on if I was going to sort of fill out my 9th perk. So I was only running the 8 perks on this, but I would definitely run silent driving because it is effective for a tank destroyer. So it was only light tanks that silent driving doesn't apply to. So we have decided to, so we've run the silent driving on the tank destroyer for that purpose. So yeah, the T114 BAT it's like, for me, you can use this as a light tank slash tank destroyer. For me, it reminds me of a Hawk 12, just like the silhouette of it, and how it feels just feels to me like a Hawk 12 at tier 10. Including the shell velocity, because the shell velocity is ridiculously slow. So shell velocity isn't very good on the tank, but it's understandable, because obviously you've got these you've got heat shells which do 420 damage, and HE shells which do 570. So you can, and that's 3 shots per clip, so you can rack up damage. So that's the downside of this tank, is having that poor shell velocity, but it's got some fantastic mobility on it. It's got some really good camo. The view range it's not great base. It's got 390 view range, which is base. I obviously run the optics perk, and I run situational awareness as well to increase that to the maximum, because like I say, the really good camo on this, you can, and the good mobility, you can play it like a light tank, and that's precisely what we tried doing here. We don't actually have, or we did have a light tank, but it's just been taken out, so both light tanks are out of the game. So we're on Malanovka here. This is a great open map, so perfect for perfect for spotting tanks, and that's precisely what I'm going to try and do, is also provide the vision, while also getting into those positions where I can get some shots off, and that's precisely what I'm going to do here. Now, this tank isn't actually that bad for me. I don't think I wouldn't say it was broken, and I wouldn't say it was overpowered. I think it's just about right, to be fair. It can be a pain, but like I say, I just think the shell velocity does have its limitations, as we're just sort of YOLOing out there. So it's for me. I don't think it's broken. I think there's worse tanks in the game, if I'm honest. And most of the time I see people playing these. No disrespect to the player base, but it's usually players that just kind of don't really know how to play it, kind of YOLO with it. But play it like an active light tank, as opposed to playing it passive, which is kind of how you should be, really, to be fair. Play it as more of a passive spotter role. Again, similar to the Hawk 12, is exactly how I play that tank. I play it quite passively, and I'd sort of be parking up in bushes. If I was trying to get the vision, I wouldn't be shooting at all. Only reason I'm shooting here is because obviously I've got opportunities to get shots off, so I'm going to do that. Again, I'm not particularly going for vision here. I'm playing here like the more, sort of typical tank destroyer role. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the T114 bat. Yeah, I do enjoy it and I do quite like it. It's quite funny. It's a bit memey at times. And yeah, so ammo loadout, I sort of run. I usually, to be fair, I mainly go with the heat shells. Don't usually swap to HE for any matter of reasons, but I think I was in the HE because of the waffle that I was shooting at earlier on. But you can just see I just penned the lower plate of that Earthshaker for just like for 573 damage, so that's quite nice. You really do have some proper clip potential, particularly on tier 8s with this tank. So we get a shot in there, we hit the side of that Earthshaker. I think we hit some, or Centurion 7-1 should I say, possibly just absorbed into the tracks, and we did track him in place. We're up to 4.2k damage in this game with just under 3k assists, so it's not been a bad game, to be fair. It's been quite nice. And yeah, we've kind of dominated this game, to be fair. There's only 3 tanks left, and I think they're all up on the hill, so I'm going to make my advance. So we get a little bit more spotted assist there, pushing us over the 3k mark. 2 tanks left. One is pretty much a one-shot. The other one, you could probably squeeze a few more in, but now he's down to a one-shot. Going to try and snap the shot, and we do, picking up our second kill of the game there. So yeah, first game wasn't a bad one. I'd say good map for it. We do come top of the board there. So yeah, like I say, picked up just under 4.5k damage with just over 3,000 assist and the 2 kills. Only picking up the first class there, but yeah, not a bad game. And yeah, we'll move on to the second replay. And the second replay here, we are on Serene Coast. Not a great map, if I'm honest, for this tank, but we'll make it work. We are actually platooned up with our good friend Panda here. He is playing the FE 4005, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hopefully, again, try and play a little bit the light tank role for him. We have got 1 light tank in this game, so we can provide the additional assist if needs be, and we can provide all the assist if that light tank, if our light tank does fall, if he does die, we'll be able to sort of take over on the spot and roller. So you can see this medium's pushed right up to this ridge where I've come to, and he's lit us up. We're just going to sort of gently poke there. We do light up enemy FE 4005 in the background. So yeah, a majority of the team have just been lit up already, and again, just going to poke, just going to be patient. Our light tank is sort of actively spotting there. It's the tier 8 links. We're not going to do any of that. We're just going to bide our time. That's fine. The links can sort of go and do the active role and get as much spotting as he wants. Obviously, the more he's going to sort of peak up there, he is going to get punished. Unfortunately, collides with our medium tank, who just gets shot down there, just gets absolutely deleted. So yeah, like I say, we're just going to poke up. We're getting a little bit of assist. I think we're probably sharing with the links right now, so we're just getting snippets, and that's all I'm going to do. Just rinse and repeat. Just keep an eye on Panda just to make sure he's alright. He's sort of making his way to the ridge, or he's at the ridge, just sort of popping some shots as and when he can. Again, he has to be careful because he doesn't want to get all his hit points eaten up by 8 tanks in the background. Now we see the enemy light tank comes YOLOing around, and we get 1 shot into him, we smash into him, and yeah, then we didn't finish him off. Drogan finished him off, but yeah, I went for the ram because I wanted to get rid of that light tank. So I kind of sacrificed a fair few of my hit points to do that, but it was worth it to get rid of the light tank, get rid of their vision, and yeah, means we can play again that spot and roll a little bit more effective. But now we've got this Cobra that's YOLO around. I've decided, you know what, I will eat a shot. I'm going to put a shot in return, get another one in, hitting his ammo rack. We manage to dodge a shot. We do take another though, and we take another shot from the leopard that has also come out there. Now we're on reload. We're down to 228 hit points, and that, yeah, not really ideal. Maybe sort of wasn't a good idea, sort of engaging with the cobra and the leopard at the same time. We were going to poke and try and get a shot into that leopard. Then these tank destroyers come out and they're distracted by something else, trying to get a shot into that leopard there that is just under the bridge. It was a difficult shot, so yeah, we ain't going to pull that off. But we're back on reload now, and yeah, we're just hiding behind this rock, using this rock as protection here, and we're gonna try and see if we can potentially, I want to get a shot on that leopard one. I want to get rid of that leopard again. The leopard has good view range, but it's quite a dangerous tank. Obviously, yeah, with the increased shell velocity buff that it had now, it's a bit of a beast, and yeah, it can just snap like that. But then this tank destroyer pokes, gives us his side, so we're going to get a shot into him. The leopard has now snuck off, so we thought, you know what, we're not going to bother with that. We're going to relocate elsewhere. Going to get on reload though while we do it, so that we've got a full clip when we poke up to get shots. You can see it's Jaeger who's crossing now, and Panda's just got a nice shot onto that Waffle E100. Tried sneaking a shot into the Jaeger, but unfortunately the shell just misses. Now I'm keeping an eye on that Jaeger because I think he is potentially going after Panda and the tank destroyers in the back there, and I've kind of decided, I made this decision to sort of get up, you know, go and follow sort of where this Jaeger is gone, and then I can get up behind him. So I'm talking with Panda, and yeah, the Jaeger has gone after Panda and has actually taken a fair few hit points off him. So we're we're going to go and help Panda out. We're going to try and get rid of this Jaeger together. Jaeger is fairly full health, but you know, we're going to come up behind, going to be able to get all of our clip into him, getting some nice damage there. Get one more into him, putting him on a one shot. And now the light tank goes in and Panda finishes him off there. So yeah, we combined on to get rid of that Jaeger, because if we'd left him alive then Panda would probably be dead, so we didn't want that. So now we got rid of that Jaeger, we're going to go back to the initial position where I was at. Going to try and see if we can spot some more tanks out. I think, judging, I mean, look at the map control, we pretty much have it. You know, all the red tanks are on the other flank, and they're kind of boxed in now, and this is where we're just going to pump some shots in. We put a shot into that FE, we were getting targeted, so I kind of backed off because, again, pretty much a one shot for everything here. So yeah, I didn't fancy taking any shot. So again, just poking up, waiting for the opportunity. See this Panzer Jaeger here. We weren't going to take the shot because that wasn't going to hit, but we see that T42 there. We do get a shot as he pokes up. The Panzer Jaeger was just too quick for us. So let's say the slow shell velocity, trying to fire at a Panzer Jaeger that's moving is not really a good idea unless you've got a real long lead time. Now this Mantis comes in, but Panda takes care of that Mantis, which is good for us because again it's another tank that has it's quite got good vision, could be quite problematic for us in, you know, sort of lighting us up all the time. So getting rid of that tank was a good result there. Now we're gonna try and sort of sneak in down this flank here to try and see if we can light up any more tanks. So again, just being cautious, just keeping my distance, trying to see if we can potentially get another shot onto this Panzer Jaeger. You see there, we lead the shot. Luckily the Panzer Jaeger actually stops into the path where the shell fire, fire the shell at. Again, trying to sneak a shot into that T42, but he just turns his angle slightly and the shot just misses. So yeah, like I say, you have to give this shell quite a long lead time. I wouldn't recommend trying to fire at light tanks on the move, unless he's moving in a direct straight line and you can sort of lead it quite far in front. You see there, see what I mean? You lead the shot sort of well in front of where the tank is sort of heading, the direction it's heading into. So yeah, like I say, and also sort of still targets are sort of the best targets to hit at. Tanks that are going to pop up again, pop the shell into their path, and by the time they've popped up and the shell gets there, it should connect. So we've got 3 tanks left. We've gone for the HE now because we've only got 1 heat shell left. We want to make sure we've got a full clip, and that's precisely what we're doing. That's why we've gone on to the HE. Only these 3 tanks left now, so I've sort of trying to line up a shot here, but at this point I should just be I probably should have just moved in straight away as opposed to sort of sitting here seeing if we get a shot from all the way back. The Panzerjäger gets taken out. I think just leaves this FE 4005 and another TD. I'm not sure what the other TD is, but again we're going to go in, going to try and see if we can get some shots off. The machine has just sort of emptied his clip into the FE 4005. We're going to come in here and again just try and see if we can get shots or anything. Get a shot into the FE 4005, but we're on the move. He gets taken out. We've got 2 left, and we're going to put them into this Ruthless here. Can we get the kill shot? We do. Getting our 2nd kill of the game. And bringing an end to that replay. So, yeah, we bagged the win there. We come top of the board with 6.6k damage and 2 kills. Credit to Panda as well. He had a good game with just under 6.5k damage. We picked up 584 assists, got the high caliber medal, only the 1st class. Let's say a couple more kills and a bit more damage. We'll probably pick up the ace for this, but yeah, a nice high damage scoring game, and that's kind of how you got to sort of play these maps that aren't quite sort of light tank TD friendly. It was a good map where we could just sort of move around and just get bits of damage here and there. So the 3rd and final replay, we are on Sand River, and again a nice sort of open map to sort of be able to sort of flex our mobility and also flex our camo and hopefully pick up some spots as well. We're going to move up to the middle dune here, which is always a favourite place of mine to start off with, because again we can light up the cross. Going to try and light up the other side sort of on the K line there, where we know there's going to be usually tanks crossing, and we can catch some tanks out. Luckily, hopefully anyway, we can catch them out. Just we can just sit here and hopefully get some spots, but at the moment doesn't seem to be any activity, which is a shame. And I noticed there's quite a few tanks coming in the middle. Unfortunately, we've got a bit of a cluster here of friendly tanks that are kind of getting in the way, which is frustrating because we just want to get out there now. This middle section isn't going to work. We've not lit anything up on the cross. There's no point in us staying there, because if we're not lighting anything up and we're not able to get shots on anything, then it's just kind of pointless. Kind of come out in the open, which is a little bit of a mistake there. We could have got shot for that, but luckily we haven't. I think initially I was going to sort of try and light up the other side, but yeah, I would have been the only person sort of going to that position, so kind of felt like a bit of a wrong move. So I'm coming back up on the K line here, and again, well, we're going to try and see if we can get some shots on these tanks in the middle here, if potentially. Doesn't look like it's going to be the case. There is this MBT here, might be able to squeeze a shot in. We do get a shot in. Real quite lucky actually. I think we hit the side of his turret, so we did fully pen. We just left him on the sliverest of health, but he got taken out then anyway. So we're going to move up with this light tank now. Again, at this point it's more of just sort of trying to get some angles, trying to sort of potentially spot up, get some information. We do see the enemy light tank here, going to try and lead the shot, but I was never going to hit in a million years. Yeah, remember that thing I was telling you in the last replay about how it's pointless shooting at light tanks sort of driving away? Yeah, but you do miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, so felt worth a go, just not well aimed in, just not given the lead time. We've gone on reload here, and again, this rate, it's just a case of just trying to see what we've got angles on. It's not going great at the moment because our team are kind of sort of either here or in the middle ground, and the map control is kind of not in our favour right now. We decided to go YOLOing in on this light tank. We've done quite well not to actually get absolutely obliterated by that tank. Well, I think it was the Death Star that was taking the shot at us in the first place. Throw another shell in there for quick measure just to see if that potentially hits, but it doesn't. And yeah, we're going to move out there. But getting rid of their light tank or getting a shot into their light tank was a bit of a bonus, because again, trying to take out their vision early game is always a bonus. It means that sort of hopefully to the end game, they're gonna struggle basically. So now tanks are sort of coming up to the middle, gives us the opportunity to potentially get some shots in, trying to get a shot into this medium tank. Again, another shell that is very much hit and hope, rather than actually waiting and taking our time to properly aim. The Type 4 gets taken up by the FE 4005 there. We're going to try and see if we can potentially line up a shot on this MBT, which we do. Now we're trying to get some shots into this AMX-30. Again, another hit and hope shot. Should have, we weren't going to hit that, even if the guy would have got into cover by the time we'd managed to actually get our shot lined up. Shell velocity just wouldn't have got there in time. So the scores are more in the favour of the Reds. So we've got the two tanks up right now. It's still a close game, and it's still possible that we could win this. So I've got all my hit points as well, so I'm not too concerned about that. I was potentially thinking about getting a shot into that AMX-30, but again, it was just too quick for me. And wasn't giving us, wasn't staying still long enough for us to think that that was going to be a worthy shot to get in. We poked a shot at the Sturm Tiger. Now I've gone for the heat shells because the HE is not gonna do anything to that Sturm Tiger. May not even do anything on the rear of that Sturm Tiger. Even his armour on the rear might just be too thick. So we've gone for the heat shells to make sure that we actually do pen that tank. And again, we're moving around to just try and see if we can get angles on that Sturm Tiger. But then we see it's an FE 4005. He's given us a turret. He's focused on someone else. We get one shot in, we get two shots, and then he gets taken out by our STRV 103. And yeah, now there's 4 tanks left. So we've swung the game back in our favour a little bit. And again, we're just going to sort of move around, try and see if we can get angles. We've not actually had that great a game at the moment. It's been pretty meh, to be fair. 2,800 damage done. We sneak a shot into that Death Star there, and we pick up a little bit of assist as well. We're now over 3k damage. Going to try and see if he pokes again, see if we can sneak a shot in his cupola. We do. Going to see if we can get another one in, but unfortunately that one just doesn't pen. I think he just ducks out in time. Which is a shame. Now we're back on reload. Again, another good thing about the T114 bat is you don't feel like you're on reload for very long. 17.4 seconds, and then your sort of clip is reloaded. Doesn't feel that long at all. Behind this bush now, try and get a shot into this tank destroyer. We've tracked him in place and pick up a little bit of track assist, but then we lose a spot on him. Now we can see if we can get some shots into the rear of this heavy tank. He's now one shot. Unfortunately, with the heat, it just absorbs in his track. If that was HE, that might well have just splash damaged and killed him. A bit unfortunate. Maybe we could have aimed that shot a little bit better, but again, we're trying not to take any damage here. Now we're fully loaded. Going to see if we can potentially sneak the kill shot into that heavy tank. Unfortunately, we bounce. Now we're going to try and see if we can properly aim it. We do take a shot. First shot of the game, so that's fine. We traded for the kill there. And yeah, it did damage our Armour, but luckily we were able to fix up the repair kit. So there's only 2 tanks left, and you see we've racked up just over 4k assist here and 4.1k damage. So I had a nice game. Let's say it was a bit of a slow burner. Sort of all our damage and assist came at the end, but yeah, made it work eventually. We're going to try and see if we can get round behind this tank destroyer, get some shots in. We've loaded the HE because we're coming in behind, so hopefully we can just slam the shells into his engine deck and pick up as much damage as possible. So just come around here, and I think he's in the low ground here. Yes, there he is, and he gets put on a 1-shot, and then we finish him off for our 3rd kill of the game. And yeah, bringing an end to the replay and the videos. So how did we get on? We didn't come top of the board, we came 2nd. Credit to the sharpshooter. He had a pretty decent game by the looks of it. But we've done just under 4.5k damage with just over 4,000 assists. Only the 1st class, again, couple more kills, probably would have picked up the ace, bit more damage there. Yeah, could have got us the ace tanker, but overall, a nice game. And yeah, that is it for the video, guys. That is the T114 bat. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe, because it really does help the channel. Feel free to leave a comment below, and yeah, I'll get back to you. And as always, guys, I'll catch you next time.